A very good evening to you on this Thursday, the 19th day of February 2026. You're just in time for Newswatch and Hope TV, the station where you look and live. I'm Tess Njenga, and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Muredi. Let's begin with the LSK elections that happened today. Now, over 20,000 lawyers across the country today took to the polls to elect their new leaders in an election that saw three prominent candidates: Senior Counsel Charles Kanjama, current Vice President Mwaura Kabata, and Senior Lawyer Peter Wanyama contesting in a tightly fought and ideologically distinct contest. The Law Society of Kenya's 52nd regime has been urged to fully uphold their mandate and raise the bar higher than where Faith Odhiambo's regime has once they take office. And as Sami Adika reports, National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula was forced to experience how it feels to miss out on the voting exercise, as he was barred from casting his vote since his name was missing on the LSK voters register.
Thursday morning, thousands of lawyers across the country turned out to elect their representatives. In Nairobi, both senior learned friends and their juniors streamed at both Milimani and Supreme Courts to cast their votes, all with hopes of a much stronger society.
We want to ensure that we get strong leaders from the president all the way, all the members of his council, who are going to ensure that Kenyans are not only inherently served, but also religiously served.
The three prominent candidates for LSK presidency, Senior Counsel Charles Kanjama, current Vice President Mwaura Kabata, and Senior Lawyer Peter Wanyama, led their colleagues in exercising their civic rights.
We surely hope that the lessons from Tanzania and Uganda will not be replicated in Kenya.
Following the recent cases of violation of the Constitution and human rights, former LSK representatives including Okongo Omogeni and former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka have expressed enthusiasm that the change of guard will see a much stronger team that will champion for the rights of Kenyans.
As we head towards the 2027 general elections, we will have a president who is courageous, who will not be given to intimidation by the government of the day, one that will ensure that rule of law, constitutionalism, good governance is respected.
Law Society of Kenya ikiwa compromise, watu wataumia Kenya hii. Kwa hivyo waendelee kuwa sauti. Wajue kwamba wao ndio sauti ya uzalendo, ya wazalendo.
With Faith Odhiambo having made a name for herself as one of the most effective LSK presidents in the events following the 2024 anti-government protests, expectations are high for the incoming team.
Any person who becomes president would obey the Constitution, defend the Constitution, protect the Constitution, and live by its values and principles. I think we'll be in a good place.
With the new LSK team expected to take office after tonight's tally, they will be facing crucial task of balancing between their primary role of defending the rights of their members and citizens and neutralizing political interference to the rule of law. For Newswatch, I'm Sami Adika.
Much appreciated, Sami Adika. Even as reports say that lawyer Charles Kanjama has taken an early lead. We will be bringing you more on that story as it develops. Moving on, a section of business owners in Githurai 45, Kiambu County, are counting losses after the Kenya National Highways Authority, that is KENHA, demolished roadside structures in a late-night operation on Wednesday night. Excavators and bulldozers moved in under police supervision, flattening stalls and business structures erected along the way, along the busy Thika superhighway. By morning, traders woke up to heaps of rubble where their businesses once stood. The demolitions targeted structures said to have encroached on the road reserve. And as Alice Diana reports, tension remained high in Githurai 45 today, with affected traders attempting to salvage what remained of their businesses.
Heavy police presence was witnessed in Githurai 45 area in Kiambu County on Thursday after Wednesday's night demolitions of business structures that left thousands of traders counting losses. Affected traders whose business structures were demolished tried to salvage what was left behind. According to the Kenya National Highways Authority, KENHA, the clearance is part of a broader road safety program aimed at creating space for the construction of bus bays, easing congestion and reducing accidents along the highway. However, affected traders dispute the manner in which the operation was conducted, this being given a 7-day notice by KENHA to vacate. They argue that the proposed relocation space is too small to accommodate all affected businesses.
Sisi hata kama tulikuwa tumeambiwa kuambiwa kwetu hakuna soko ambaye tumeambiwa tuende ile soko. Kwa vile hata ile soko imejengwa pale, hiyo soko hawezi katoshea watu hao wote. Kwa vile watu ni wengi zaidi.
Some claim the government had assured them that no demolitions will take place until an alternative relocation site was secured.
Na venye rais alikuja huku tukajiongelelea na tukamwelezea venye kuko akasema soko ya Githurai isiguzwe mpaka juu ile soko ilijengwa kuna phase 2 mpaka hiyo phase 2 tujengewe iishe ndio tuelekezwe mahali pale. So tukakuwa na maagano, hakuna siku tutaondolewa hapa bila kuonyeshwa mahali tutaenda. So ndio maana ulikuwa unaona hata kama tulipewa hiyo notice tukaona ni kama tu ile mzaa juu already tulikuwa to make nini na serikali, hakuna siku yenye tutatolewa hapa.
Wakati ambapo our president alikuwa anaomba kura, alisema ya kwamba ataweka ule mtu mdogo pesa kwa mfuko, ule mama mboga, ule muuza viatu, ule mtu wa kutandika. Kwa saa hii hao ndio watu wenye anarudisha sana. Wakati ambapo unaharibia mtu vitu zake.
Following the demolition of their business, the affected traders now say they are uncertain about their future.
Sielewi nitafanya nini. Niko na mtoto yo university, niko na mtoto secondary na niko na mahitaji mengi ninanitegemea. Sasa kama siku ya leo si uko kazi, familia yangu inanitegemea. Ni rent, school fees. Sasa sijui kutoka hapa nifanye nini.
The traders are now calling on the government to allocate them an alternative site to rebuild their businesses.
So ningeomba tu serikali hata kama ni kutolewa hapa, si wakuje tu watuonyeshe tunataka kufanya hivi na hivi, at least tukae chini tuseme kama ni maendeleo, hatuna shida na maendeleo, lakini watuelezee tunataka kujenga hapa but na nyinyi mkooperate, mkae wapi, mkae pale mfanyie kazi na tutakuwa tu sawa, hatuna shida.
Wale walioko juu si vizuri kuririsa ama kunyanyasha binadamu wa kawaida. Mtu mwenye ana nguvu, mtu mwenye ananunua stoko ya 10,000, anakuja anaweka kwa kibanda yake, asubuhi kukuja anapata haiko. So hiyo si haki, tungeomba haki ipatikane.
The demolitions have also drawn political criticism. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua termed the operation excessive and called for a more humane and consultative approach, noting that many small-scale traders depend on informal businesses for their livelihoods. This is the current situation right here at Githurai 45 following yesterday night's demolition of business structures, with the business people here insisting they have nowhere else to go and they're now urging the government to intervene in order to save their businesses. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch at Githurai 45 in Kiambu County, I'm Alice Diana.
Thank you, Alice Diana. Moving on to matters politics, the wrangles within the Orange Democratic Movement, that is ODM party, are expected to intensify with both the Linda Mwananchi and Linda Ground factions holding separate meetings on Saturday. Secretary General Edwin Sifuna's team is expected in Kakamega, while party leader Dr. Oburu Oginga's team is expected to be in Siaya County. As the party prepares for its national delegates conference next month, a point of convergence for both factions is not in sight. Jacob Ochiro tells us more.
Two ODM showdowns are set for Saturday, with the Edwin Sifuna-led Linda Mwananchi faction and the Dr. Oburu Oginga-led Linda Grant factions holding separate meetings on the same day. The supremacy battle has intensified in the recent past, especially after the temporary ouster of Sifuna as Secretary General last week. Sifuna and his allies will be in Kakamega expecting the same reception they received in Kitengela. A section of ODM legislators from Kakamega condemned Sifuna's ouster over the weekend, vowing to stand with one of their own.
Nasikitika, mimi nikiwa nakaa kwa NEC, tunasikitika kuona ya kwamba huyu Sifuna hakupewa fair hearing. Kama kuna tatizo, tuko na mzee wetu hapa, Wycliffe Ambeto Oparanya, hakuhusishwa. Angeuzishwa aambiwe Sifuna alifanya nini.
Sifuna hakupewa nafasi. Hata mimi sikubaliani na mambo mengi ya usema, lakini ninasema yeye ana haki ya kusikizwa. Na mjue, the man of Sifuna is my own sister. Sisi kama watu wa Kakamega, na chairman yetu kama mtasikia, wabunge wa Kakamega, hatuwezi kukubaliana na kunyanyaswa kwa mmoja wetu.
However, since then, the legislators have visited status on Monday this week and Deputy President Kindiki's residence yesterday. It remains to be seen whether they will attend the rally and whether the status visit will come with a change of tune. For the Linda Mwananchi faction, party leader Dr. Oburu Oginga will be making a homecoming in Siaya accompanied by other leaders who are in favor of the broad-based arrangement. Oburu met with a section of Siaya leaders yesterday in preparation for the meeting. However, notably absent was Siaya Governor James Orengo, who is with the Sifuna faction. As the dispute continues, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has warned politicians against using goons in their rallies.
This idea of carrying goons, like the case we saw, people carrying goons from Nairobi, mobilizing them from Machakos to take them to a rally. Why don't you just go and address the rally? Why don't you go and address the people of that area? Why take it to Kitengela if you have to carry people from Nairobi to go and address them? And then you carry them to go and cause chaos and violence. This idea of moving Kenyans and people from other parts of the country in the name of goons must come to a stop. And that investigations that is ongoing by the National Police Service will give us details as to who was doing what, who was throwing tear gas, who was carrying goons, who was causing violence. And as soon as that investigation is completed, I believe that everyone will be brought to justice.
The source of funds for the meetings has been a subject of debate, with Kenya Kwanza leaders accusing retired President Uhuru Kenyatta of fueling division within the ODM party.
Tumesema kwamba hatutaki retired president ama anybody ambaye ameenda retire aanze kuleta confusion katika inji mzima ya Kenya. Pesa yako au kutumia vyema kujenga wa Kenya. Sasa unatumia pesa kuleta fujo. Watu ya Malava ni waulize, fujo ni kitu mzuri ama ni mbaya? Kama president, mulimuona President Uhuru hapa? Nyinyi muliona Uhuru akitangatanga huku? Yeye, kama pesa yako ulitumia mamlaka mbaya, wacha Kenya iwe na amani.
As the ODM National Delegates Conference draws near, the future of the party remains in limbo if the factions don't come together. Jacob Ochiro, Hope TV, Nairobi.
Thank you, Jacob Ochiro. Still in matters politics, the United Opposition has announced it will no longer engage with Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja, citing dissatisfaction with the handling of key security concerns. In a strongly worded statement, the coalition said the continued visits to the Inspector General office will be a disservice to Kenyans, accusing the police leadership of failing to act independently and uphold accountability. The group maintained that it would pursue constitutional avenues to seek justice for victims of the Witima ACK church incident, with or without the cooperation of the police leadership or other government officials. And on that note, let's take a short break on Newswatch tonight. Don't go too far. We have more stories, including the happenings in the United Kingdom, where Prince Andrew has allegedly been arrested in connection to the Epstein files. Stay with us.
Get ready for an unforgettable worship experience.
Hakuja kuwa, hakutakuwa. Niwe mi, nina hitaji. Mimi nataka ushirika na wewe.
Every Sunday on Ultimate Worship.
Ainuliwe Mungu wetu.
Where we bring you live music, powerful praise, and anointed gospel ministers and bands.
Nashangilia Mwokozi.
Join us every Sunday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Everywhere I go, I see you right there.
It's not just music, it's worship unleashed. It's ultimate worship.
You're too faithful to fail me.
Only on Hope TV, where you look and live.
Are you ready now?
There's a world out there searching for hope, and you can help bring it home. By becoming a friend of Hope, you're helping us share the love of Jesus through Hope FM and Hope TV. With a donation of any amount, join hands with us to bring hope and point souls to the transforming power of Jesus Christ. Become a friend of Hope today by making your donation through the M-Pesa paybill number 933933, account FOH. For more information on how to become a friend of Hope, call 0116-212-723 or email customerexperience@hopefm.org or visit www.hopemediakenya.org. Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Welcome back. Now, leaders from across the country gathered at the Kenyatta International Convention Center, that is KICC, in Nairobi for the County Assembly Forum Annual General Meeting. The high-profile event brought together members of county assemblies, Senate representatives, and key national leaders to discuss devolution, governance, and service delivery. Speaking during the event, President Ruto reaffirmed his administration's commitment to strengthening county governments and enhancing collaboration between national and devolved units.
The annual general meeting of the County Assembly Forum convened today at the KICC in Nairobi brought together members of county assemblies from all 47 counties. President William Ruto presided over the meeting, emphasizing that devolution remains one of the Kenya's most transformative governance pillars. He called on members of county assemblies to exercise their oversight responsibilities diligently, promoting transparency and accountability in county government.
As members of county assemblies, you are the frontline custodians and steadfast defenders of devolution. Over the past 13 years, since devolution took root, you have built institutions where none existed previously. You established the legislative background and backbone upon which county governments operate today. You enacted the laws, frameworks, and regulatory structures that enable counties to function effectively in health, in agriculture, in trade, in planning, and local revenue administration.
The president also highlighted the need for closer cooperation between the national government and county administrations to accelerate development projects, particularly in healthcare, agriculture, infrastructure, and job creation. Speaking at the forum, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi also urged the MCAs to actively use their oversight powers, warning that failing to do so would weaken their role in the devolved system.
Being a leader of a county assembly is a very, very significant assignment in this republic. Very significant. And since 2013, Your Excellency,
Among the leaders present was Nairobi's Governor Johnson Sakaja, who joined other county chiefs in calling for stronger collaborations between national and county governments to speed up development in sectors like healthcare, agriculture, infrastructure, and job creation.
Your Excellency, the members here are the anchors of devolution. Devolution is based on the principle of subsidiarity, which states that a service is best offered at the lowest level compatible with the benefit area. Today, when we were sitting with the leadership, I really felt for them, because members of county assembly are the first port of call for Mwananchi's issues right at the ground.
The forum provided a platform for ward representatives to review achievement, share challenges, and map out strategies to strengthen governance at the grassroots level. Leaders expressed optimism that sustained cooperation between counties and national government will deepen the gains of devolution and improve service delivery for citizens across the country. Dolly Mirigimbovi for Hope TV.
Much appreciated, Dolly. Moving on to the Ikolomani gold mining, Shanta Gold Mining Company has held a consultative meeting with ward representatives from Kakamega County to discuss the ongoing gold mining activities in Ikolomani. The talks were led by Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs Principal Secretary Harry Kimtai. The meeting focused on addressing key concerns surrounding gold mining operations in the area and strengthening collaboration between the company, local leaders and the national government.
Today's engagement has been pursuant to the early engagement we had last time in Nairobi with the Minister for Mining and the county government, where we agreed that the issue of Ikolomani shall have a structured approach. Today, we have engaged and looked at the various laws and regimes guiding gold mining, and we have agreed that having been capacitated in that manner, we are going to move forward as a team. So movements at the Shanta Gold will now be well coordinated and well structured. We'll start with the 2 petitions that have been forwarded to my office.
That we form the 11-member committee. Here today it has been proposed that we expand to 15, so we shall finally appoint that committee so that they will be able to be the liaison between the county government, the ministry and Shanta and the people who will be affected by the mining activities. Because you realize that we've had infiltrators, people who have no role at all, infiltrating into the engagements and distorting information, distorting facts, which the people ended up resisting.
Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Butai Kagwe has urged Parliament to increase the agriculture budget to at least 5% of the national allocation, saying current funding is too low to guarantee food security. Appearing before a National Assembly committee chaired by John Mutunga, Kagwe noted that their ministry received 75.49 billion shillings under the 2026 budget policy statement, just 2.7% of the national budget. He said more funds are needed to boost irrigation, support fertilizer subsidies, improve livestock production, and prevent rising food imports as the population grows.
Create an enabling environment for livestock development. We need to improve genetics, production capacities, and productivity. There is need for us to ensure availability and use of of quality land, feed, and water resources for our livestock sector. We need to enhance access to markets for livestock and livestock products. Mr. Chairman, on this one, we are happy to say that we have experienced tremendous growth, both for meat and export animals. And the need, therefore, when I spoke about moving from analog to digital, and the need, therefore, for aspects of traceability, we have got a program we are calling AniTrack, which is a system, a digital system for not just identifying, not just animal identification, but also tracing.
Now to news across our borders. Prince Andrew Windsor has been arrested and is in custody on suspicion of misconduct in public office, according to a police statement. King Charles III said he learned of the arrest with deepest concern, but maintains that the law must take its course. Police are carrying out searches at multiple properties, including the Royal Lodge in Windsor Great Park, where Andrew lived until recently, as well as locations linked to the Sandringham estate in Norfolk. Thames Valley Police said they are assessing a complaint over the alleged sharing of confidential material with the late U.S. financier Jeffrey Epstein. Andrew, who turns 66 today, has previously denied wrongdoing in relation to Epstein and has not responded to requests for comment on the latest allegations. In South Korea's former president, Yoon Suk-yeol, has been sentenced to life in prison for attempting to impose military rule. A Seoul court found that he deployed troops to seal off the National Assembly and ordered the arrest of politicians on the 3rd of December 2024 in what the judge termed a serious attack on the country's democracy. Prosecutors had sought the death penalty. The verdict sparked mixed reactions, with supporters and critics gathering outside the court. Yoon's lawyers say they will appeal, meaning the case could move to the Supreme Court. This comes just a month after his wife, Kim Kyun-hee, was last month sentenced to 20 months in prison for taking bribes.
What if your pain had a purpose? What if your past was just a beginning of a greater story?
Gotten to another level because now I could not do anything without it, and now it became like a poison. I take it today, it grounds me for 3 more days.
If I had not read the Bible, when I read the Bible, it just confirmed all the more that I had an encounter with the Lord, because I told him, Lord, why have you come to me?
From the streets to the sanctuary, from the prison yard to the pulpit, real people are sharing the power of God's transforming love. No matter where you've been, God can rewrite your story.
So I got him, I just called, and by luck, he picked up the phone. Whoa. I explained everything and what I was feeling. Wow. He started praying in tongues immediately over the phone, and that thing, whatever it was, it stopped.
Join me, Sharon Aitore Wanganye, for Testify every Thursday at 8 p.m. as we listen through the journey of hope, healing, and redemption through the voices of people just like you.
And when you're running away from God, there's only the fire you can run.
Yeah.
I stand here as a witness that God catches up.
These aren't just stories, they are testimonies. Don't just watch. Testify.
At the age of 25 is where there is also another change, because the frontal cortex, this part of the head, the maturity now of the brain happens at that time, which is responsible for intellectual abilities, decision makings, and like the executive area of the brain. Again, it comes with other challenges. Now that I am who I am, you withdraw further from people. Then the other stage that comes in, sometimes it can come early from the age of 35 all the way to 55. Midlife crisis. Midlife crisis. So the man is trying to catch up with the lost time. Unajua anajaribu kuingia kwa vijana because they lost the time. they don't fit.
Yes.
Unapata jamaa anaacha koti avae lakini wewe umevaa
Gigi, wewe umevaa koti. Are you trying to communicate?
Are you trying to fit? So like yeah. So like they are trying to fit, but as they move closer to this generation, now ina move away. Inasonga, ukikuja inasonga.
Yes.
So then the loneliness increases. And in fact, it is that critical stage where in the field of psychology, we teach the men to begin to prepare themselves for that package of retirement.
Catch past episodes on our YouTube channel at Hope TV Kenya.
Men on Record, every Friday at 7 p.m.
Welcome back in business. Farmers preparing for the next planting season have been urged to stay vigilant as counterfeit seeds continue to threaten agricultural productivity across Kenya. Stakeholders are rolling out sensitization forums to educate farmers on how to identify genuine certified seeds and protect their investments. As part of the campaign, farmers are encouraged to scratch the Carefeed verification stickers found on seed bags to confirm authenticity before planting. Speaking during the launch of the National Pickup Promotion Campaign in Kisii County, Bayer East Africa Managing Director John Kanyingi said the initiative aims to shield farmers from fake seeds while rewarding those who choose certified products.
Plant or farmers, because they are uncertain of whether seeds are going to germinate, they would plant 4 seeds in a hole and then chance that one of them will survive. We are guaranteeing farmers that when you plant one seed, you have a chance of 100% making, that seed germinating and going into form a crop with that one seed. So the previous notion of planting 4 to chance that one will survive, we don't need to take that route. You can plant 1 decap seed and you are 100% sure it's going to germinate and give you what you're looking for. This adaptability of our seed hybrids means that farmers from the lower eastern, where rains are short, can be able to get a harvest even with the short rains. Farmers in Kisii can be able to get a crop even with the moderate rains. And in case we don't get the moderate rains in Kisii, they can shift to the hybrids that are able to grow faster. And this ensures that whatever area you are in, under whatever circumstance, you are still able to get a crop.
Now, in Machakos County, Machakos has received a major boost in agro-industrial development following the launch of the D-Hughes Kenya Animal Feeds production plant and retail outlet in Athi River. Speaking during the event, Agriculture and Livestock Development Cabinet Secretary Butai Kagwe said the project will strengthen rural economies, boost investor confidence, and improve livelihoods. He noted that Machakos' cosmopolitan character makes it a prime destination for agricultural and industrial investment. Machakos Governor Wavinya Ndeti welcomed the investment, saying it will create jobs and support livestock farmers. She also called for reduced energy costs at the Mavoko Industrial Zone to attract more investors.
Beyond employment, this outlet guarantees our farmers consistent access to highly quality, scientifically formulated animal feeds. Quality feed is the backbone of productive livestock. When our poultry farmers get better feed, they'll get better yields. When our dairy farmers get better nutrition solutions, milk production increases. When our pig farmers access reliable feeds, their enterprise becomes more profitable. And when farmers prosper, the entire county and country prospers.
And in sports, with the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations first approaching, Kenya's Harambee Starlets have intensified training ahead of the tournament set for March 17th to April 3rd in Morocco. The 34-player provisional squad is currently in camp at Kasarani, expressing confidence that they will be ready for the continental showdown. Ulinzi Starlets defender Diana Shakava says the camp has sharpened her skills and boosted team cohesion, while Shabana Starlets striker Purity Akinyi says the preparations have greatly improved her game.
Camp imekuwa poa, wenye tuna interact, tuna get to know each other na pia ku learn from each other. I'm learning from the best coaches and the best players. So na anticipate kutoka hapa nikiwa better player na God willing nikiwa tukimekwa kikosi ya kwenda AFCON. I'll thank God for that.
From mini camp hadi sahi iko sawa, at least naona kuna improvement. Kuna vitu nimelearn mob na nikikuwa better player.
Now, the two-day Confederation of African Football, that is CAF, courses curriculum alignment engagement has concluded, bringing together coach educators and experts to review the Football Kenya Federation coaching curricula. The sessions focused on aligning FKF programs with CAF standards and global best practices to strengthen coaching development in Kenya.
Involve a lot of experts to find out, have we been doing it the right way, or if it is the right way, could you improve something? So we thought that this alone should be a reason to sit down and re-strategize, because you see, for us to design the future of our football, we have to sit down as a big team and a team of professionals and experts and come out with something that we believe from experience that can improve or can get us to move to the next level. If you build strong coaches, for sure you will get better players and you will improve your performance.
It would be a very good opportunity for Kenya or the Federation and our Kenyan teams and football fraternity to embrace the dynamics that comes with science. There's a lot of data analytics that we pick from our players.
And that story brings us to the end of Newswatch tonight. On behalf of the whole team that has made this bulletin a success, thank you for watching. God willing, see you tomorrow night. Have a good night.